Michael. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. The final.
Let's go, baby.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Check 50, check 50.
Zero.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Let's go, Mike, 50.
Wait, 89.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Hey, hey. 25, check 25, check 25. It's a party now.
Wait.
It's a party now. 49, check 49, check 49. Back. Check 3, check 3.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Charvarius Ward there to make the stop.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
That's a jet sweep. They get it to Foster. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Ready. 180.
55.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rivers looking end zone for Jones. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. 3rd and long for Rivers. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the 1st quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Here we go.
At their own 12-yard line.
Yellow.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got him in. Complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 41 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. A good pickup there, 22.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Mahomes going to throw, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Matt Milano coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4.
Attack, attack.
2nd down and goal. Mahomes, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
To throw again on 2nd down. Rivers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, and that'll bring up second down.
Yellow.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Yo, go.
To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Bills.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I got you. I got you.
Coleman. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 17-0 our score after 1.
17. Bills, nothing.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Kill.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise...
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
57, color, 57.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. A gain there of 21 yards. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there, picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Hughes. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Mahomes, flush to his right. That one complete to Hill. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Mahomes now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes being chased out left. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. And partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation.
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Chris Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And now he's taken down. And Rivers in the end zone. Down to the ground he goes. That results in a safety and 2 points. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
To return is Taylor.
All day, baby, all day.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 68 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
15.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mahomes, and he's got it. And he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On second and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. Now here's Mahomes. Steps away to it. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Final play of the half, Rivers on the screen. This is Coleman. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
On second and 9, Mahomes, and going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play, 51 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Second and 10. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to second and 4.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
On second down and 4, Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Charlie.
Back to throw. Escaping the... And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Oh, here we go. Oh, under 10, under 43, 43.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The inside linebacker, Danny Trevathan, gets the sack. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
He's going to air one out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing, Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
What part do they went empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No
him.
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Hey, 15, 15, 15.
They'll look to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. Mahomes now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Danny Trevathan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. On target over the middle to Hill. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Hill, the intended receiver once again, and it's 3rd and short. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now this one complete to Robert Foster. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's see what you got.
Hey, 57.
Mahomes going to throw. That is caught inside the 5. 15 yards on the play, first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Makes the score, Chiefs 36, Bills nothing. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Rivers. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards there, a first down. Rivers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 37. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. Rivers on the money, complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. Your tackle.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Mahomes to throw. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Rivers now. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Rivers to throw it. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Taylor. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Mahomes going to throw it here. And he couldn't get rid of the football, trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down. That was Jordan Poyer, the safety, in for the sack. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down.
Watch tight, watch tight.
15.
Tight end right.
Watch right.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Yellow. Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday. Watch right.
Mahomes now on first down. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Yellow. 49.
Mahomes takes it himself, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Extra point safely through, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way. Way to start a drive.
Come on now, let's go.
Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Chiefs, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.